Turn-based games need to have charm to draw an audience in at first glance. If it looks like something that some other people have played before, they may not be down to clown with it as it's nothing different to what they've played already. And this is where I think art style can normally be that difference, something that makes it stand out straight away from a crowd, a distinctive look that catches the eye of someone scrolling through Steam or the shelves at a local game shop, something that makes you go, wow. Well, luckily for us, lovely bunch, the great people at Yaza Games have brought out Inkulinati, and yes, I probably know I said that wrong, so apologies. But the game is an ink-based strategy game straight out of the medieval fantasy script, where you will venture to become the master of the living ink and save your master. The game works by you, the tiny Inkulinati, sorry again, drawing the beast that you control on the battlefield that you must use to overpower your opponent. These opponents might be a gang of beasts, a fellow Inkulinati, or even Death himself. You win the battle after you either slay all the beasts or kill the other Inkulinati. Now each beast that you collect has different abilities. Think making an army, so you'll have a swordsman, a bowman, and snails. Yeah, that's right. One of the most overpowered beasts that you can use is a simple snail. All for the reason because they have an insta-kill move. So just be careful next time you see a snail out in the wild. You play new beasts by drawing them as the tiny Inkulinati. You'll need to collect ink on the battlefield that is randomly dropped at the start of a turn. If you or your beast is on the ink spill, you'll get +3 ink for each tile you occupy. This adds another level of strategy, as it might not be a good idea to charge forward and die, as you might not have enough ink to draw any beast next turn, leaving you defenseless. An awesome mechanic that they've added is the more you draw a beast, the more it will cost in terms of the ink value. Let's take this Bowfox for example. Its normal value is 6 ink, but as I've used it in the last battle quite a few times, it's now going to cost me an extra 8 ink to draw if I take them into the next battle. This adds a whole nother level of planning for future battles, as you might want to keep some behind for bosses that are cheaper. You can still lower the cost again by not using them for a while, or taking them to an inn where you can rest up, and that will also lower the cost. The beasts you draw will take stage in the arena, where you'll take one turn at a time in this battle. This allows you to possibly get an early kill, but it could also leave one of your beasts in an area of pain. I started to look for early kills at the start of each combat that would give me a little bit of an edge going forward. You as the tiny Inkulinati will also have different moves that you can use. These might be push left one tile or right. You also can insta-kill enemies if they're near an edge and you push them off. You can do a squish attack that does 5 damage to either enemies or little objects that are on the map. Or you can find new moves as you continue your adventure. I found a move that allows me to wake up 3 of my beasts after they've already taken a move or after they've just been drawn, as when you draw a beast, they do have to take a turn of rest. Now, this can completely change the tone of a battle. You can turn the tide and push forward with 3 different beasts to get 3 possible kills. Really overpowered, but it does take 4 turns to cool down, so you have to know when to use it. Let's switch over to story for a little while. You're tasked with journeying through the land to save your master's life, and to do so, you'll need to defeat 3 different Inkulinatis, and even Death himself in a battle between quills. This is where the roguelite adventure starts. You'll need to choose the path that best suits you, whether that be a random encounter, a shop at the local taverns to increase your health, or a battle to the death in the wild beasts that can give you new beasts to use after the fight. When you start a run, it gives you 3 lives. At the start, it's unlikely you'll lose any quills, the lives that are in the game, but towards the end, boy oh boy does it get difficult. All it takes is 1 drop in concentration and you can say bye bye to that life. I love this, as while yes, I have lost a life, it means I don't have to start the whole run again. If I had, the game would take me so long to complete. I only just managed to do the last boss using every single one of my quills and rematch. Once your journey has reached the end, you find out that there's more to the story than you've been led on to believe, and the game now has you looking towards a new journey to take. A journey to find out why your master knew all along about the quest that you were on. The game is currently in early access, but to think it has so much content already, I'm really excited to see what happens when the full game is released. If you're a fan of roguelite deck builders and fancy something a little bit more out there in terms of style and combat, then this will be perfect for you. Now, I'm already a fully trained Inkulinati, and I'll face any of you in battle. Only if your quill is strong enough, that is. Many thanks for watching everyone. Drop a comment if you plan on picking up the game or if you've already played it, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.